So cooking dinner is always fun if you have the time, but during the week it could be a chore unless you have a plan. Our next guest is going to teach us how to cook clean, simple food every day. Chef Amanda Cushman has been teaching people how to cook for the past 20 years. She's here on Connecticut Style. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you have kind of sampled every little department in food here, haven't you?
Pretty much, yes.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
I've been teaching cooking for about 18 years, but I started in the food business 35 years ago in restaurants and catering in New York City.
So it's fair to call you an expert.
I'd say, hopefully, by now.
And you specialize in clean eating.
I do, yes. I like to think of people eating healthfully, but not to sacrifice taste. So I use olive oil, a lot of herbs, spices, really minimal fat. I use citrus all the time.
Great,
Yeah.
and we have some pictures of some of your creations, I believe, that
Oh, good.
we'll put up on the screen.
Great.
Oh, how pretty. What is that?
That's an Asian chicken salad from my cookbook called Simple Real Food. And it's a very lovely, and that's a coconut shrimp. These are all very simple, quick dishes. I like people to make dinner and food within 20 minutes.
I think that's fantastic.
That's my idea of fun.
Oh, and they're so pretty and colorful, too.
Thank you.
Amanda, what would you say is something you should have on hand all the time?
Definitely a really good quality olive oil, great vinegar, any kind of vinegar, at least 3 or 4 different kinds. Fresh herbs like fresh thyme and rosemary, basil, those things you can buy.
Makes a big difference, right?
Yes, day to day.
Okay.
And of course citrus.
All right.
Great for cooking clean.
Well, what is on the menu today
I'm going to make a very quick swordfish. Add a little bit of olive oil in here.
Okay.
Extra virgin I use. It's going to be a really quick dish, so we don't have to worry about the extra virgin getting too hot, which a lot of people ask me, oh, can you cook with extra virgin olive oil? And I say, yeah, because it's fast.
Okay.
So it's not going to be in the pan very long. So this is a piece of swordfish, but you could have used any kind of thick type of fish for this recipe, like a steak fish like salmon or tuna.
Okay.
I'm putting kosher salt and some fresh pepper. And then I'm also going to serve it with a little tapenade on top, which means just a mixture of shallots and garlic, another little bit of olive oil. See, it's not a lot of fat, so we're trying to keep it very light.
Chef Amanda, when you say have several different types of vinegar on hand,
yes.
I didn't know there were different types of vinegar. What are you
So we're talking
recommending?
like rice wine, white wine, cider vinegar.
Okay.
There's, of course, balsamic that everybody loves so much, but that's just one of a many kind. Red wine vinegar, you can use champagne vinegar. Literally, there's about 10 or 12.
Okay.
Sherry vinegar.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's a process. So we're going to let the fish cook for quite a few minutes, and while we're letting the fish cook, you always do a couple things at once, otherwise you don't have the food ready very quickly.
Okay.
So you can't just do one thing at a time. So multitasking is a key thing. So for this fish dish, we could have used a grill.
Okay.
Let's say you want to be outside, you turn the grill on, you throw the fish on, and while you're doing that, you do your little sauce. So it's shallots and garlic quickly sautéed.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a little bit of fresh lemon juice. Can't go wrong with lemon, and a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
All right.
Which is mixed, I have it mixed in here with olives and capers. It's a great combination. So that's basically our little tapenade that's going to go on the fish, and we're going to let that cook for a couple of minutes.
Fantastic. Now, how do we know when the fish is done?
Yeah, that's a good question. Everybody always asks that. How you can tell is really by touching it. So right now, if you touched it, it's very soft. And that means it's basically
Still
raw.
cooking. Okay.
Right? We're going to turn it over, and then I'm going to touch it again, and I'll give you an example of how it changes as it cooks.
Ah, okay.
And then we can also put the heat up a little. So the fish is going to go from being quite soft to being the way we feel this part of our hand right here. The word is
that's a great
springy.
texture. Okay.
Springy, so not hard. Okay? So then we're going to let this cook for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to make a quick side dish.
Okay.
A little bit of olive oil, or you could have used a flavorless oil like vegetable oil. Some people like to use grapeseed oil. It's very popular right now. It's a great healthy oil to cook with. You can also use coconut oil.
All right.
Another healthy thing to cook with. And we're going to let the pan get hot for a second. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh spinach.
And this is going to shrink down a lot, isn't it?
To nothing, yes, as we know. So all this spinach is really enough for half a person once it cooks. So you can use a lot of fresh spinach. And you, of course, now you can buy it already cleaned. So there's nothing to do anymore. Everything's become so simple. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper is very important to put on everything, actually. And this is a great pepper mill. The reason I love
didn't even know what it was at first.
It's really great because you can fill it by lifting that, and the peppercorns go right in, so it's very easy. And then you can measure the pepper if you need to. Always shake the pan around, a little bit of salt in here. So one of the things that people don't use enough of in cooking is seasoning. So we need salt and pepper. It's just your simple, most basic seasoning that people kind of forget about, and it's very important.
Sure. We have about 30 seconds left.
Sure.
And I know that still has to cook, but
Yep.
would you serve the swordfish right on top of the spinach?
Yes.
Or, okay.
And you can always serve it with a little lemon wedge on the side, but you don't really need to. This has got a lot of flavor just the way it is. So see, we quickly get our spinach wilted down. This could have been kale.
Sure, lots
This also
of
could be
options.
Swiss chard. It could be bok choy. Any leafy green we love because it's all really quick and it also is so
Very
good for
healthy.
you. Yep.
Well, Chef Amanda, we are going to try this at the end of the show, so we'll see the finished product
Perfect.
then.
Great.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll have the recipe over on WTNH.com.
Great. Sounds
Coming
great.
up next, small changes that can make a big difference in your life. Lori Green from Elizabeth Richards Gifts is here. She joins me after the break.